The moment I saw the preview for this holiday game night special, it became clear that something is very off with this show. It did not feel like the same show that once held people glued to the screen every weekend. It did not feel like the show that once had real stories, real emotions, and strong reactions from the audience. Instead, the preview looked like production was scrambling, pulling anything they could find, throwing it at the wall, and hoping anything would stick. And the sad part is that their desperation is loud. You can hear it, you can see it, you can feel it the moment the preview begins. It almost feels like the show is begging viewers to stay, begging people not to lose interest, begging for one last chance. But the truth is simple. This show is down bad, very bad, and the holiday game night special shows it in the clearest way possible. It did not feel like a natural moment for the cast. It did not feel like a storyline. It did not feel like something that came from the real lives of the people we have followed for years. Instead, it looked like something production created because they had no other choice. It looked like a last-minute idea that came out of nowhere. The vibe did not match the show. The energy did not fit the cast. The entire thing felt forced. And as someone who has watched reality TV for a long time, I could see it right away. When a show is struggling, you can always tell. You can see it in the editing, in the movements, in the way scenes are staged, and in the way the cast interacts. This holiday special had all those signs and more. Before even getting into the games, the preview itself felt like something from a completely different era of television. It gave the energy of a 1980s variety show. It almost felt like someone found an old tape from a holiday special that aired decades ago, dusted it off, and decided to recreate it with a reality TV cast. The bright colors, the setup, the music, the awkward holiday theme, it was all so random. It looked like something you would see during a Motown holiday performance, the type where you expect a legend to come out singing a classic Christmas song while the crowd screams. In fact, when I saw the preview, I almost expected a hologram of Whitney Houston to walk out singing Home. The vibe was that dramatic and that out of place for a modern reality TV show. Even the energy from the cast looked uncomfortable. They were trying to get into the holiday spirit, but the whole thing felt staged, like none of them really knew what they were doing there. It felt like they were told, smile, clap, play these games, instead of showing something that came naturally. That alone tells you a lot about where the show is right now. When a show that used to be full of raw tension has to lean on holiday games to stay alive, that says everything. And the moment they announced the Christmas game night, it was clear production was trying to copy something that recently worked, a game night theme from another cast member. It looked like production saw the Fletcher family doing a simple game night that people enjoyed and thought, let's use that idea. But instead of keeping it small or natural, they turned it into a big holiday special. That shift made it feel more staged than it needed to be. Reality TV works when moments feel natural. This did not. The preview began with bright lights, loud music, and dramatic announcements. You hear them say, "Welcome to the holiday special." Then they talk about letting their hair down, having fun, and playing Christmas games. But even with all that energy, it still felt flat. It felt like production was trying too hard to make it seem exciting. They asked, "Y'all ready?" But the tone behind it sounded more like, "Please be ready, because we don't have anything else left." Then the countdown begins. 3, 2, 1, and they show them starting the games. But instead of laughing naturally or having real fun, it felt like the cast was acting. You can tell when people are genuinely enjoying themselves, and you can tell when they are smiling because cameras are rolling. This one looked like the second option. The first game shown was a simple speed challenge. Then we see questions like, who is more likely to get busted telling a half-truth? And without hesitation, the group says Martell. That moment was funny on the surface, but it also felt repetitive. How many times can this show lean on the same person for the same type of reaction? Then Martel says, "I'm going to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth." But even that felt like something he has said many times before. The show has used that same type of moment to create drama in the past, but this time it didn't land. It didn't feel strong. It didn't feel real. It felt like a forced moment that production hoped would get a laugh. Next, we see another question: who has the most X's? And the group points to Tisha. Even that moment felt like it came out of nowhere. It felt random, like production needed a quick laugh and used what they had. But again, it didn't feel like a moment that came from the real cast. It felt like something created for this holiday special. Then, they move into what they called the kissing moment. This is when things crossed into a very strange zone. They show Maurice picking up Kimmy, leaning in like they're about to kiss for a game. It looked like one of those couple competitions where you have to show how connected you are. But the entire moment was awkward. Because even though Maurice and Kimmy are a real couple, the setup did not feel natural. It felt like production saying, "Do something romantic for the camera," and that always shows. But the part that shocked people the most was the pairing of Martel and Destiny. Out of all the people on the cast, production decided to pair those two together as if they are a couple for the night. And that raised so many questions. Why pair them? Why push that narrative? Why lean into something that has already caused rumors in the past? You can tell production knew that pairing Martel and Destiny would get people talking. They knew people would react. They knew some viewers have said for years they feel something happened between these two. So instead of avoiding the rumor, production leaned straight into it. They paired them as if it was nothing. But viewers are not blind. They see everything. The issue is not that Martel and Destiny are friends. They have known each other for a long time. But pairing them for a holiday game night, when the theme is clearly about couples, was strange. Production had options. They could have called someone Destiny talks to. They could have paired her with another friend outside the cast. They could have asked someone close to her in real life. Same for Martel. They could have asked Sheree to come. They could have done anything else. Instead, they chose the one pairing that would make viewers raise an eyebrow. And the moment they did that, it became clear they were trying to stir something up because the show is losing its spark. The awkwardness grows when we see them participating in cookie challenges, leaning into each other, laughing, and playing along with the holiday theme. But again, even those moments looked forced. Nothing about the dynamic between Martel and Destiny looked natural for that setting. It looked like production placed them together because they needed something that looked interesting. It felt like a move made out of desperation. The more the preview went on, the more it looked like a show trying everything except good storytelling. The ugly sweater contest was another example. Instead of giving something new or meaningful, it turned into a simple fashion show where they shout, clap, and show sweaters. But the energy still did not hit. It looked like filler. It looked like content created just to take up time instead of pushing the story forward. When you step back and look at the entire preview, the theme becomes clear. The show is struggling. It is trying to survive without its biggest star. And the hole left behind is getting bigger every episode. The energy that used to come from real drama, real conflict, or real confusion is not there anymore. Instead, we are getting a variety show, something we never asked for, something the cast did not look fully invested in, something that does not match the tone the show built over the years. Normally, holiday specials in reality TV are fun, but they still connect to the real stories of the cast. They still show real life. They still show real emotions. But this special did not show anything real. It did not show anyone's life. It did not show anyone's real holiday moments. It did not show family energy. It did not show behind-the-scenes warmth. Instead, it showed games, just games. And when a reality show has to lean on games to survive, it's a sign that their real stories are either empty, repetitive, or no longer available. The sad truth is that this show has changed. People who watched from the beginning know the difference. The tone is different. The energy is different. The purpose is different. Without the star who built the show, production is trying anything to keep people watching. But you cannot replace a strong storyline with holiday games. You cannot replace emotional moments with a kissing contest. You cannot replace deep connections with cookie challenges. It does not work. People are noticing. The audience is noticing. The blogs are noticing. The social media reactions showed the same thing over and over. This special looks corny. Not cute, not fun, not exciting, just corny. And for a show that used to be one of the strongest in its genre, this is a serious drop. If they truly wanted a holiday special that felt natural, production had options. They could have filmed the cast traveling together for a holiday trip. They could have shown them doing a secret Santa. They could have shown real reactions to the gifts. They could have shown the cast sharing meaningful stories about the holidays. They could have shown someone singing real Christmas songs. They could have made something warm and emotional instead of turning it into a variety show. Instead, what we got was a reminder of how far the show has fallen. The holiday game night highlighted exactly how down the show is right now. It was supposed to be fun. It was supposed to show unity. It was supposed to show something fresh. But instead, it showed the opposite. It showed a show that has lost its direction, a show that is trying everything except the things that matter, a show that is fading because the heart of the show is gone. And without that heart, this special felt like a bandage, not a solution. But the real question is for the viewers. Do people think this special helps the show? Do people think this is a cute idea? Or do people think this shows how low things have gotten? Most viewers have said the same thing. This special leans toward corny. It does not feel like the show they used to love. It does not feel natural. It feels like production is out of ideas. And when that happens, people stop watching. If I were producing a holiday special, I would do it completely differently. I would show something real, something emotional, something that comes from the cast's real lives. Not staged games, not forced pairings, not random contests, but something that shows the real versions of these people and how they spend the holidays. That would feel true. That would bring viewers in. That would work. Instead, we got something that looked like a sketch show, something that looked like a random holiday variety special that did not belong to the show. And that is why people are saying the show is down bad. Not because of one episode, but because this special shows how far things have changed. The cast looked uncomfortable. The games looked forced. The pairings looked strange. The energy did not match. And the show looked nothing like it used to be. It is almost painful watching a show you once enjoyed turn into something that does not even resemble itself anymore. But at the end of the day, this is where the show is now. Production is trying whatever they can think of, hoping viewers will stay. But viewers can see through the games. They can see the shift. They can see the desperation. And that is the saddest part of all. Because once a show reaches this point, the climb back up becomes harder. But the conversation now belongs to the viewers. Is this holiday special a cute idea? Or does it show how far the show has fallen? People have opinions, and the reactions so far are loud. Many feel the show has lost what made it special, and this holiday episode only highlights that loss. As we move forward, people will keep watching, not because of the games, but because they want to see what happens next. They want to see if the show finds its way back or continues down this strange new path. Only time will tell.